What's up guys, welcome back to the Mysterious Weeb channel. We finally got the big reveal regarding Zia G, which a few of you in the comments from last week's video were actually right about, so shout out to you mad lads, you know who you are. This reveal also relates to the leader of the worm, Yarn, so some more promising stuff for him in the future of the story. Apart from all that, we finally have Takita Ohma returning to the story after the two recent mini time skips, looking very menacing and serious, so he's most likely going to mess someone up next chapter. But before I get into everything Kengan Mega chapter 155 provided, sadly I've received another strike on this channel, meaning I have 2 strikes now, all for Kengan related content. If you don't know, when a channel gets 3 strikes, YouTube just straight out deletes it. I am appealing all of the strikes, but just in case I get a 3rd while still appealing, it won't allow me to upload on this channel for like 2 or 3 weeks while the strikes are being appealed, which will most likely be successful as they have in every other case, but it's just very annoying not being able to upload. So if that does happen, all new videos will be on the Mysterious Chad channel while that's being sorted out, which is currently my Jujutsu Kaisen channel, or that's what I'm currently doing with it. If you're a fan of that series anyway, check it out, but just in case, I'm just letting you know all videos will be on there if the worst does happen. But before getting into the video, of course, subscribe if you're a fan of Kengan, that's what I provide here. Now let's get into it. So the big reveal regarding Zia G is he has the Superman syndrome, the thing our boy Waka has, but it's confirmed that the degree that he has the Superman syndrome isn't to the extreme levels like Waka, but it's very clearly enough to allow him to have very insane strength as shown last chapter and more so this chapter. But that isn't Zia G's most impressive trait. It's his martial arts aptitude, connecting to the whole dragon thing the connector mentioned about Zia G. So as I kinda theorize, Zia G has some insane martial arts potential, but due to his personality, mentality, everything like that, he can't really unleash it unless he's pushed to the extremes like he was this and last chapter. So that is the big reveal about Zia G. Also getting it confirmed that Yarn, the leader of the worm, being the identical twin of Zia G, also has the Superman syndrome, but to the same lower degree as Zia G. And I'm guessing Yarn also has the mentality alongside the, you know, martial arts aptitude and everything like that. So Yarn's like the perfect version of Zia G. Or maybe Zia G's just more gifted, but due to his mentality he isn't able to fully unleash himself. But the basis of this chapter is everyone going after Zia G, which is pretty funny. We have our boy, the Medicine Man, being able to get a tracking device on Zia G at some point. As expected from one of the gods of the Kenganverse, can this teleport a tracking device to Zia G? However, of course, Zia G was able to get it off him, meaning Nikaido and his group weren't able to track Zia G down, which leaves someone else to do the work. Of course, it's the Justice Worm Extermination Squad, Akoya and Garuki, which we see actually attack Zia G. No Kiryu this chapter, but considering the return of Ohma that I talked about before, maybe Kiryu could appear and we see them interact, that's a possibility. But we start out with Akoya and Zia G actually fighting. This is where we get the heads of the worm, who are confirmed to be here as well. I'm guessing these two, Ogi and Tenjin, will end up dying. It's either Ohma fights Zia G, which I don't personally think so. I think Ohma's going to fight these two, if I'm being honest, and maybe defeat both of them. But they pretty much say Zia G may die from the Kengan Association. If not, he's going to kill them themselves. And that the connector, regardless of saying keep him alive, they feel as though he's so far beneath the connector, it's no real point even listening to him, so they might as well get rid of Zia G. So they're confident in taking Zia G out even while being aware of his Superman syndrome and his like martial arts aptitude. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they do try and take Zia G out and Zia G ends up clapping both of them. But he messes up Akoya quite a bit here, just absolutely clapping him. Something we haven't really seen from Zia G, which is great to see, just him throwing these strikes and actually beating on suited up Akoya. We also have the arrival of Garuki from the building above with a knife, but Zia G, being an absolute beast, claps him as well with this kick, And then that's where we get the reveal about his martial arts attitude. And a line from Akoya. This is what he says. Even if I was on top of my game, which he currently isn't as confirmed there, he's too powerful. So even for peak Akoya, ZG is too strong for him, even in his battle suit. So yeah, ZG is a true monster. I feel as though Garouki will get a lot more serious next chapter, but as I've been talking about for over a year at this point, is this the time where Akoya actually dies? Will ZG be the one to do it? I think I've been talking about Akoya dying like even before the Purgatory vs Kengan tournament started, as we got the panel of his girl talking about him being close to the death and everything that happened with Garouki. Then even more recent reveals, I think Akoya is going to die. Will ZG be the one to potentially do it? Maybe, we'll have to wait and see. But regarding ZG, I think next chapter he's going to be fighting Garouki or potentially the rival of Kiryu. Garouki's kind of done dirty this chapter, but I think Akoya already admitting inferiority. Serious Garouki currently should be stronger than Akoya, or at least I would hope so at the minimum. So him fighting ZG could be a possibility. All the stuff regarding Garouki and the worm, and the two direct subordinates most likely having another mission from Yarn we don't know about regarding Garouki could eventually take place shortly, something to keep in mind. But of course we have Ohma talking to Medicine Man, which is pretty fun to see considering that was one of Ohma's first fights in the story back in Kengan Ashura. But he tells him where ZG is, saying that he's going to be the one to decide what to do with ZG. Looking very serious, pissed off, and definitely up to something. Of course, a lot of people just think this means Ohma's going to fight him. For some reason, I think he's going to be stopped by someone else, run to Kiryu, run to the direct subordinates. I don't think he's going to meet up with Kiryu next chapter. It could happen after that. That's what I personally think. But what is Ohma up to? Is he going to talk to ZG to get some information about the Tiger Nico so he can hunt him down? We don't know what Ohma is really after. Last time we saw him was Koga challenging him to the fight. We don't even know what happened with that. That was like 2 years ago, like within the story. So something crazy could be coming with all these characters being in one place. Not too sure where the Kengan story is going from here, but whatever it is, I'm enjoying it, and this was a pretty fire chapter, especially with all the panels of Medicine Man once again. His return to the story, quite peak if I'm being honest. But yeah, ZG finally revealing his true power, big reveals regarding him and Yarn, Ohma here, Garouki, Akoya, fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the other stuff in the description, especially the Twitter for updates regarding the strike situation. I'll also be updates in the Discord, stuff like that. Shout out to the mad lads who support the channel via the Patreon. But yep, that's it guys. Peace.